Hello guys, welcome to another movie review. I am now reviewing Death on the Nile. Before I do get started, if you have missed my revisiting, yesterday I uploaded a revisiting of Murder on the Orient Express, which isn't a direct sequel, but it did happen before and it is kind of linked to Death on the Nile. It's not like a must watch, but yeah, if you want to go and see that, I did that. Death on the Nile is a murder mystery movie based on the novel by Agatha Christie. It's directed by Kenneth Branagh, who also stars as the lead character, Del Pedro or something his name is. But he's basically a French criminal, crime investigator, I guess. It's almost like Sherlock Holmes, but like French. This one, it takes place, as you can imagine, on the River Nile. It has a big cast. It stars Gal Gadot. We've got, as I say, Kenneth Branagh. We've got Letitia Wright. We've got Russell Brand. There's just a big cast. And like the first one I think had a better cast, but Murder on the Orient Express had a better cast in my opinion. This is a different cast. It's a younger cast. But, it's just got a lot of stars nonetheless. And as I say, this is a murder mystery. You're trying to figure out who killed who, etc. on the boat. So there's a boat and obviously nobody can leave the boat and somebody within the room has done it. It's basically like Cluedo, if you ever played Cluedo, it's like they did this with this in the room. I found it to be quite enjoyable. One of these films, you don't really want to be able to know what's coming next with these murder mystery type films, and I didn't. The surprise at the end was satisfying, but at the same time, after the fact, you're like, how did I? That's obvious. But when you're in the moment, I didn't spot her in the moment, which I guess is a good thing. But once you realize after, maybe next time you watch it, you may, see it, obviously know what happens, and it just throws you off. I think the film was made quite well, and I really liked how it did link to the first one. We did have a bit of a little throwback. We did have a flashback to see Kenneth Branagh's character actually go through the war. This actually takes place in the late 30s, so it's about 20 years after the First World War. And we get some backstory on why he has a moustache. We see that he has a girlfriend or a love interest called Catherine in the first one, so we get to see her a little bit. So I like that they kind of answered a few of the questions and showed us a bit more. I thought that was really good. And I think it's one of these films that it looks okay, but it didn't look great. It looked the same as the 2017 film, which you'd think 5 years after it'd look a lot better. It looked like it was filmed on a stage with a green screen. It didn't look like it was filmed on location. I have no idea, but it just looked artificial and fake. I didn't know if the ship was real, but then I was like, it's got to be real. But then is it real? Maybe it's a set thing. I'm not too sure. It was difficult to figure out if it was real or not, which to me, that's a bad thing. It looks like a video game type of thing, or, all animated. So yeah, I was a bit let down by that, to be honest. And some of the characters, I felt like, the stars that I mentioned, Dawn French, Russell Brand, some of the other stars, they just didn't get as much screen time as you'd want, or basically hardly any lines. I mean, I know it's a 2-hour film and there's so many stars in it and you kind of wanted to give everyone a bit of a fair shot, but it was a bit of a shame that we didn't get specific people that I wanted to see more of, given more of an opportunity, I guess. I think Kenneth Branagh does a really good job. He reprises his role and he was great in the first one and he does a good job in this one. I just personally think I preferred the first one, Murder on the Orient Express. I feel like the cast was a lot better. I feel like the story was much better, and the whole setting of the snow and the train was just much better than this fake looking boat on the Nile, in my opinion. But I was pleasantly surprised. I think it was written quite well, and I think it was well executed for the big screen. My rating for this film, I'm going to give a 6.5 out of 10. It's above average. It's a decent film, but it just doesn't go that next level to become a great film, if you know what I mean. It's also a little bit worse than Murder on the Orient Express, which I think I gave a 7 out of 10. And would I recommend you watch this? Yes, I would. Will I be picking this up? I would, but not day one. This is like a 2 for 30, 3 for 30 deal in HMV pickup for me. It won't be a day one pickup. The performances by Gal Gadot was brilliant. I love her. I think she's brilliant. And, I think it just was a really good film, which you wouldn't watch all the time because obviously the actual story. But give it 6 months, I'll be shocked to find out what happened again, like I was shocked with Murder on the Orient Express after not watching that for a while. So yeah, it's one of those films. I would highly recommend you go and see it though. It's well worth the watch, and yeah, you'll have a good time. So there it is, guys. There is my review of Death on the Nile. Let me know if you've seen it down below, and of course I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.